Some of the hot favourites coming into the race today. Out of the Western Cape, David Mocker. From KwaZulu-Natal, Daryl Bartho. Also Hank McGregor. And then the old legends of the sport, Herman and Oscar Chalupski, in the men's event. In the women's race today, we've got a couple Cape contenders, Nikki Mocker as well as Barbara Cole. And then from KwaZulu-Natal, we have Jenna Warlock and Kate Scumby. Right, this is the start of the 2003 Discovery Men's Health Surfski Series. This is race 1, the New Balance season starter. It's a grading race and it's going to be run out of Marine Surf Lifesaving Club, which is on the northern side of the Durban Bay. It's a distance of 12 kilometers with a short course race of 6 kilometers. Today's race is a Guinness World Record attempt. We're going for the Guinness World Record for the most number of paddlers to participate in an offshore surfski paddling race. So we're going to have to see at the end of registration exactly how many paddlers we've managed to turn up here today to set the official Guinness World Record for most paddlers to participate in an offshore surfski paddling event. This year has been an exciting development where the KwaZulu-Natal Canoe Union has joined up with the Offshore Paddlers Racing Association in a joint combined effort. What happens with surfski paddling is that it takes place in the area, in the province where there is not any rain. So what that means is that in Natal, in the winter series, which is right now, there's no rain, so the guys are paddling on the ocean. And in the east, in the Western Cape, the guys will then go along and paddle along in the sea where they have a winter rainfall. Let's talk to two of the race favourites, Herman Chalupski and Jenna Warlock, and see how they feel about today's New Balance season starter.
It's going to be the biggest series in South Africa, the Durban one, and with a company like Discovery supporting and sponsoring it, it makes perfect sense because it's outdoor, it's in the sunshine, the whole family can participate, and you can be a beginner or a guy racing flat out, and everyone can enjoy the same race together.
This year is actually probably one of the toughest years in the ladies categories. We've got Nikki Mocker from Cape Town, who's obviously the favourite at the moment. She's definitely one of the stronger female paddlers in the country. And then there's also Kate Scumby, Barbara Cole, and a few more other ladies who I'll be racing against and who I can mention. It's, as I was saying, it's 12 kilometres and it's down to Vetches Pier, and then we go back across the bay, back to Marine, and then we do that lap again. So it's going to be a hard race, and it is really nice to see so many strong ladies here today.
How we're going to start this race is the first line of Discovery banners. We want all the doubles on that line. All the other craft, we want behind the New Balance flag. So doubles will start first, and then singles, and the short course will start second. We had 154 paddlers turn out, so we set.
And there we have it, as you see the guys applauding there. The KwaZulu-Natal very proud to take over the ownership of the Guinness World Record for most number of paddlers in the ocean surfski race. A total of 401 competitors turning up here today at Marine Surf Lifesaving Club. Right, and then we see the singles starters just set off. A huge singles field setting off, followed shortly after that by the doubles field. The fields are split up into the single skis, which is a one-person ski, and a double ski, which is a two-person ski. We do also have a third start here today, which will be the short course competitors. These guys are just here just to have a first feel of their way around in the ocean in a surf ski. It does take between 3 to 5 months to get to be stable in one of these craft. They are the fastest craft manufactured specifically for speed in the ocean. These boats were originally designed for life-saving events where they race an event called Around the Cans Racing, where they paddle out about 150 meters out to shore, then 150 meters along an outside back line of cans, and then back onto the shore. Here we see some of the competitors just casting their eyes out to sea today. We have beautiful conditions here in winter in Natal. It's always clean offshore winds in the morning, and it's just a great day to get out there, bring your dogs down to the beach, and get your family down to support your husband or wife. Right, into the racing. Onto the first can, the guys up front. Looks like that's Matthew Bourbon in the front, followed by Wade Creeker behind him. Just on their inside, that's Andrew Blackburn, and up front Brett Pengeli. These guys, Brett Pengeli, in fact, currently holds the record at the Scotbridge of Brighton. Here's the rest of the field just making the turn here. As Jenna spoke about earlier, this is a 2-lap course, so the paddlers have now completed their first lap. This is the outside can off Marine. That's Marineside Lifesaving Club in the background with the Addington Hospital in the background. Right, onto Nikki Mocker on the inside. She's the first lady at the end of the first lap. Nikki out of the Western Cape. She came up with her husband David Mocker to run the Solar Energy Surfski School, which runs on Saturday mornings here from Marine Surf Lifesaving Club. And Nikki looking very, very strong in that purple ski. She's going very well. Coming back to the leading double, this looks like Matt Bowman and Wade Krieger are going to coming in towards the end of the second lap. This is the lead bunch of David Mocker in the middle. On the inside, close to camera, that's Daryl Bartha. On the outside, Barry Lewin. This is Barry's first year in the single ski, so doing very well to be in the front bunch. I think Herman Chalupsky is just a little bit behind them. Looks like Barry's making a bit of a go on the inside, putting the hammer down. It's about 300 to 400 meters to the finish line, so it's going to be a tight tussle right to the end. Here we have Herman Chalupsky. He's coming in 4th position at the moment. Right, some of the end of the A-grade paddlers, it looks like Troy Malloy Squires, and inside that he's hanging with Nikki Mocker. This is an unbelievable performance by Nikki Mocker. Nikki got a very, very comfortable stroke. She really gets her blade out front, digs it deep in the water and pulls through. This is a familiar boat there, 9255. That's Kate Scumby. She's out of Pirate Surf Lifesaving Club. Also very, very comfortable stroke, just cruising along. On her inside, that's the first junior paddler, Brett Hadieris. Also looking very comfortable, staying with Kate Scumby. Here's a Masters paddler, one of the oldest in the field. His name is Bevan Warlock. Loves his paddling, still gets out there. I think he probably finishes in the top 3 of the Masters here today. He's no stranger to these conditions in Durban. Then just looking further inside, that's his daughter coming in 2nd or 3rd position. That's Jenna Warlock, just also looking very, very comfortable in the sea. Just coming into the finish here, it looks like the end of the short course race here. The paddlers just comfortable getting out of the skis. Obviously at this level, the guys are just enjoying the day out. Beautiful conditions in Durban. And right, there we have it, the winners of the long course and the double, significantly ahead, dominating the race. Matt Bowman and Wade Krieger, just comfortable finish for them. They're well ahead of 2nd place Brett Pengeli and Andrew Blackburn. Still a strong finish there from Brett and Daryl, but Wade and here we have it, a tight tussle right to the death. That's David Mocker just getting out of a single ski now. He's going to race through to the finish line to win Series 1 race, the New Balance season starter of the Discovery Surfski Series presented by Men's Health. Fantastic race. And there's Daryl Bartha just coming in at 2nd place. At the end, it was a difference in time of 9 seconds between David and Daryl. And here we have her, Nikki Mocker, dominating the ladies' race here today. Nikki completing the course in 54 minutes and 50 seconds, just 5 minutes behind the winning male paddler. And here's Shadrack Mkiza. He's an ocean warrior. He was one of the chaps that paddled from Cape Town through to Durban. There's Jenna Warlock. She's going to finish the race in 3rd place overall. It was 1st Nikki Mocker, 2nd Kate Scumby from Pirates, and 3rd Jenna Warlock from Pirates. Jenna finishing the race in 57 minutes and 40 seconds. And here we have the mother-daughter combination. That's Megan Bush up front and Penny Bush, the mother at the background, if you can believe that. And here are the final results. As the sun rises on another beautiful day in KwaZulu-Natal, this is race 9 of the Discovery Men's Health Surfski Series. This is the Gateway Toyota Pirates Umhlanga Pirates race. This race actually frames the history of surfski paddling in South Africa, having first been raced in 1957. This is the oldest surfski paddling race in the world. The paddlers are here standing at the start with their racing spears in hands. There's Nikki Mocker and David Mocker. The race just starts just after first light. This is going to be your A grade start, followed by the B grade, then the C grade, and then the D grade. Conditions today, we have a very strong offshore wind. As you can see, there's some low cloud cover in the background there, which means that the sun is not going to warm up the land and to stop the offshore blowing. You notice off the back of the waves, there's just a slight spray coming off the waves. But what a beautiful sight. Ships in the background. Here's that B grade start they're setting off. This is going to be a big challenge. It's a 25 kilometer paddle from Pirates to Umhlanga Lighthouse where they turn around a buoy and then back. The short course does a 12.5 kilometer start as we see the sea grade just setting off here into the 3 to 4 foot breaking swell. Very tricky conditions here getting out of Prides. It breaks hard on the back line. If you put your boat in the wrong position at the wrong time, you're going to get blasted right out of your ski and pretty much your race is over and you're going to spend the whole time catching up with those front markers. A beautiful aerial shot as we see the doubles making their way through the swells. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That is a solid swell coming through. It's all about timing. It's all about being able to get right up over the thing. You notice these boats are light, how they pop over. Look on the inside. Only one of those 3 boats managed to get out. The other guys, it's a total yard sale. Another aerial view in the background corner. That's the new Suncoast Casino, and that's Pirates Beach on the left-hand side. As we look at the short course paddlers lining up to take their run at the start and see if they can get through the surf without any problems.
Yeah, it's quite an experience. This is the first time I've seen it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the 2003 Surfski series. Here we see those doubles punching through the waves again. It's very, very important to have your boat positioned directly into the swell as you approach the wave, because if your boat is not positioned straightly, you'll be ripped across to the side. Onto the front race, this looks like David Mucker out of the Western Cape, looking solid again. You notice that the waves are coming towards us. On his inside, that's Herman Chalupski, and then the veteran paddler on the outside, Oscar Chalupski on the left-hand side. Here's Gustav Krieser. He made the SA Marathon side, which is going to Spain at the end of September. And that's Nikki Mock on the inside. This race is very important to her at the moment. She needs 6 races to make up her 6 scores for the series. This is her 6th race, and she needs to get a good score here today. This is Shadrach Mkiza, that ocean warrior that paddled from Durban to Cape Town. Shadrach, a strong paddler. You notice he's got a lower stroke. He used a lot more of his arms and shoulders, obviously. And onto the front pack. This is Hank McGregor. He's made the turn at Umhlanga Roxy, and he's coming back. He's just got a beautiful stroke, this guy. He's training up for this World Sprint Championships. Currently, he's lying 10th in the world. This is David Mocker just making that final turn into the beach at Pirates. In the far corner, you can see the casino. Watch how he just glides onto this wave, just drops his paddle. What he's going to need to do is when the wave starts to break, he needs to get out ahead of that breaking wave, otherwise he'll get broached. Here's Herman Chalupski. Watch how he catches a fantastic wave, and look how he uses the inshore surf cam. In order to avoid that breaking section zone, he's going to pull out left of the wave and then just ease over into the finish line to take a 4th place here today. Let's hear from race winner, Hank McGregor.
Well, look, I mean, the biggest thing about this is the sea. I mean, if you live in Johannesburg, I mean, you can only go and paddle in a Vaal or a dam. Here, you got the biggest dam in the world, and I mean, it's alive. When we were paddling that way, there was fish jumping out of the water. I mean, it's unbelievable. So, to share that with your family and do a race at the same time with a bunch of fit people, I mean, you can't ask for a better thing to do on a Sunday morning. So, it is a great thing for a family.
Offshore blows every morning. There were some good surf conditions. Hank and Clint got away and we let them go away thinking we'd catch them. On the turn, as David said, we all broke up, and then there were a couple of runs, but they were running out, so you had to sort of weigh up the option whether to angle out and then keep the line. We opted for a deeper line. Hank was a bit shallower, which meant that he had a bit of a flatter paddle, but yeah, at the end it ended up being pretty close, and David and I were neck and neck most of the way until we got a bit of an advantage on the outside.
So yeah, I think hats off to Hank. leading from start to finish. It's a long race, and it's not always the tactics that the guys take. So that was a really good race from Hank's side, and then also to Daryl, just putting in some good effort on the way back to take second place. There's different grades throughout the race, which means that no matter what level you're at, you're always going to be competing for positions and with different guys, and it's fun. It's fun. You see right down to the old guys, and they're neck and neck, and every race is a different guy winning, and the guys are always racing.
Here we have Nikki Mocker just winning her race. Another great performance by Nikki. Let's talk to Nikki Mocker about her race.
This race is quite important for me because this is only my 6th race because I had an injury, so I had to do this race and I had to do well to qualify for the series. And I'll only find out later if I got the percentage that I needed to get to win the series. So yeah, it was a very important race. Also because I'm not going to be at next weekend, this was the race for me. So yeah, it was a serious race for me, and it went well.
As we watch the competitors running into the finish line here at Pirates, this is the 9th race of the series, 1 race to come. It's been a fantastic series, unbelievable turnouts, records all the way. This has been the biggest Pirates from Umhlanga Pirates in the history of the race. As I mentioned, started in 1957, today the 48th running of the Pirates from Umhlanga Pirates. And those paddlers are going to look forward to hot soup and rolls, a tradition that has been running since 1957. And here are the final results.
You've got 1 minute to the start. You start taking your boats down to the water.
This is the 2003 Men's Held Scopra to Brighton. This year is the SALB Single Ski Championships as well as the Interprovincial competition. Here we see the Interprovincial team guys setting off all at the same time. What we have is we have teams from Western Province, the Eastern Province, Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal that are fighting for the Stinkwood Trophy. As you see the doubles paddlers just heading out, they started at 7 o'clock. A very easy start here at Scopra, very small waves. Everybody got off cleanly off the beach. Now it's 46.5 kilometers from Scopra to Brighton. Getting away to a clean start, that's Hank McGregor. Look how comfortable his stroke is here. He's not working very hard at this point. There are some ocean swells to catch up with. You'll find that he'll pick up his stroke as he's about to get onto the run. Here's David Mocker. He actually won the Men's Health Series, the Men's Health Discovery Series. He's fighting for a 2nd position. And here's Daryl Bartho looking very solid in 3rd position. He's going to stay with these guys and make sure he doesn't lose sight of where they are in this race. It's a long way from Scopra to Brighton with that stop at Toti just to check in to make sure all the numbers are there as a safety point check. Look at Barry Lewin as the sun just sneaks over the horizon. Beautiful shot. Oscar Chalupski, he's a veteran paddler. He's actually won this race a number of times. He's in 4th position at this point. Back to David Mocker. Just in front, you see Hank McGregor right there. This is neck and neck stuff before the that halfway turning point at Toti. Here's Herman Chalupski. This gentleman is one of the world's best at riding ocean swells. Look how comfortable he is. He actually puts his blades down next to him.
The great thing about the sport is it's a nice outdoor sport that the families can get down to the beach with the paddlers and so on and still have a fun day. What a lot of races are A to A races, and we'll have a circuit on the beach so the guys don't have to move around too much. And then some of the races are downwind, they're a bit more admin. But down on the beach when you have the circuit races, the families seem to love coming down, the children swim, and the weather in Durban this time of the year is absolutely fantastic. It lends itself perfectly to that type of thing.
6381.
Here at the safety check-in point, Toti is always quite a big milestone, and what happens is most paddlers feel once they've reached Toti they're nearly home, which is a really big mistake, and you'll find guys really feeling the last 17 Ks quite heavily. So the leaders at this stage are not often the leaders at the end, or the positions change quite a lot. But leading at this stage is Hank McGregor from Natal. He was actually quite a late inclusion in the team. We weren't sure if he was paddling. He's a national sprinter at the moment in the canoeing discipline, and he's leading, and I think he's got enough to actually take it. In second place at this stage is David Mocker from the Western Cape team, who's actually done the Natal series and might even win the Natal series. And in third place we've got Daryl Bartho, also of KwaZulu-Natal, and fourth and fifth we got the two Surfski brothers, who actually, even at their age, are doing very, very well in the sport.
The swell here at Toti was a little bit more tricky, so it's going to be a tester. This is a keen decide on the race. You've got to get in and out cleanly so that you don't waste any time there. The offshore wind is tapped off. The guys will be looking for some wind out of the southwest now to help them for the last 17k stretch to Brighton Beach. Our first lady in here, this is Donia Kamstra out of the Western Cape. She's just behind Kim Roo at this point in time, but as Anton said there a little bit earlier, one never knows who's going to get to the finish first. This last 17Ks is where all the racing is done. As we watch Donia just head back out to sea, this is the last hour and a half to 2 hours of the paddle. It's critically that she holds it together now. Just a view of Brighton Beach at the finishing point of the 2003 Scotland of Brighton. Fantastic sight. The guys are going to be aching, tired muscles. All the food is prepared. There's some nice cold beers. This is Hank McGregor. Look at the sea. Notice how the wind and swell is starting to come from behind. Look how relaxed Hank is as he just picks up one of those runs. You're going to notice him just pull away from the boat there slightly as he drops his blade. Just enjoying a very nice, comfortable finish. Last half an hour of the race, the Southwester did pick up to about 30 kilometers an hour. Here's Hank McGregor winning his third SA title. This, the SA single ski title at the Men's Health Scotland of Brighton. A fantastic paddle. Here's Hank just trotting along the beach. There was a lot of rocks on the inside there, so the paddlers were guided in. Here he is just receiving that towel from Powerade. A fantastic performance. The current SA champ, Hank McGregor, just completed it. In second place, out of the Western Cape, David Mocker just trotting it in. The third place paddler was 2.5 minutes behind him, so very comfortably second. David Mocker tells us this was the paddle of his life. And in third place, Daryl Bartho. We spoke to some of the race leaders about their race.
Well, this morning it was pretty cold when we first started out. There was no real wind, so my plan was to just get in the front pack and then stay with the guys until I got to Toti, and from there basically open the taps and see what happens to the finish.
Well, basically, when we were faced this morning with quite a small surf and not much wind, so David and Hank shot off very quickly and set the pace. Herman and I opted for the deeper option, which we thought might work due to the strong southwesterly last night, but I don't think there was too much assistance. David and Hank managed to open quite a big gap by the time we got to Toti after about 2 hours. And from there, that's where the catching up had to come, but unfortunately there wasn't enough gas in the tank, and David and Hank had a brilliant race, and just kept it that way. I managed to catch Herman and get ahead, but not enough to get up.
The racing was tough. A lot of people who are keen and into it, so it was really good racing, and just the different races at every single venue, different venues, changing things around a bit. It was really good.
Easy start, quite a quick pace to start off with, and then very quickly settling into one's own rhythm. The nice thing about the ocean is you're not pressurized by anyone else's speed, so you can really do that quickly. Got into Toti, was a bit behind Kim. Knew she was a few hundred meters ahead of me, and as I left Toti I just felt stronger and stronger, which was great because the wind started to pick up and you really needed it to work those runs.
And here are the results. The final prize giving on the beach set the tone for the end to a fantastic series. Confirmation of the results. Third, Daryl Bartho from KwaZulu-Natal. Second, David Mocker out of the Western Cape. first place Hank McGregor. In the interprovincial team competition, it was KwaZulu-Natal A team in first place, second Western Province A team, third KwaZulu-Natal B team, and fourth the Western Province B team.